My whole stream just shut down. So not happy at all. Not happy at all. So I'll wait and see if anyone's coming for me. I might just put on some interlude. Oh, hello, everyone. I'm back. Dom says I'm back. Hello, Dom. Hello. I don't know what happened. My whole stream just cut out and it stopped on me. So not happy at all. No, I'm not happy at all. Why'd you get shut down? I don't know. It was just streaming and then it said it was streaming and then said your stream's been cut off. So I don't know. Oh, probably Tanya T, but that's okay. I don't. It's not a bother for me, to be perfectly honest.
That we've had for a while.
It's not going to stop me, so I'll just wait. Yes, a new live came up. Yeah, that's the only way I could get. That's the only way that I could actually get back on was to put on a new live. On the drive to work in the beginning of the day. Wow, that's nice. Oof. I'll wait for a few more people to come and to find me, and then we'll see what happened. As I said, I don't know what happened. It just said my stream disconnected. So I was not very happy at all about it. I don't know what it was. No, I think it was just the connection that I was using. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back into this.
So
why do you keep talking? I think it wasn't the video. I don't know what it was. All right, so let's get this. I just know that you're just so desperate to see what Katie Joy's got to say. Hey,
for a while. So we were able to find an IP address of someone that was sending death threats, and they had been using an IP address. They had been masking their IPs.
Yeah, Chaotic, I couldn't get the other stream back up. I don't know what happened.
And so basically what they were doing is they were sending death threats to us and to other people during a lawsuit. But
well, thank you, Jenna. Australian politicians are more interesting than I don't even live there.
Then also after a lawsuit. And then when a new lawsuit was filed by Tati or Beauty this past week, the death threats started ramping up again. And they were targeting the person that was being sued.
See, I thought she said that she'd been getting non-stop threats, and now she's saying it was ramping up again. So what is it?
And so I started to realize that the death threats are coinciding with people trying to get into the lawsuit. So they're trying to pin people that are a part of the lawsuit into doing things in hopes that these threats might end up in a declaration, or the people that are sending the stuff will get attention. And during my lawsuit, a lot of these troll accounts thought it was really funny, and they were like getting in declarations and they were saying, I'm Exhibit E, I'm Exhibit K, I'm Exhibit H. And
because she named all these people. If you remember rightly, she put pages and pages and pages of documentation with people's names in it. That's why they were saying they were the exhibits, because she put them in. She put them in as exhibits.
And it's not funny, you guys. I just want to say something really quick. It's not funny to try to get involved in somebody else's lawsuit.
But you put their names in there. We're watching a Katie Joy Instagram live. But you put their names in there. You put the screenshots. You didn't redact their names. So, of course, they're going to say you've inserted them into the lawsuit. Oh, I'm in a snarky mood tonight, aren't I?
It's not even remotely, like, I don't know what kind of person does that. I don't know what kind of person like actively walks outside in their day and is like, I want to get involved in someone's lawsuit. And by doing that, I'm going to interrupt their life. I'm going to create drama that's completely irrelevant to that person's life. I'm going to try to pin and frame that person for crimes they didn't commit in the hopes that my name might show up on a video.
But their names were put into the lawsuit. You can't show. It's like her listing everybody. It's like her and that Discord list, right? When people are going to complain that their names are on that list, she's going to say you're trying to insert yourself. No, you've published their name. You can't publish their name and then get upset when they start reacting to it.
In an exhibit in a federal court. Why you would want to be named in federal court is beyond me.
Because nobody wanted to be named. You can put them in there. Come on. It's not your lawsuit. You adjust the grass.
After going through my own lawsuit, I will tell you, like, the last thing you want to be doing is showing up in a federal document because...
But you put them all in the federal document.
Like, the feds pay attention to that shit, right? And...
Hello, Kristen. You published whatever their Twitters or whatever it was, so you put them in the lawsuit. You implicated them. Nobody wanted to be named. You didn't ask them if you could put their tweet in your legal document.
If you're filing something and it's not true, you can end up with all kinds of charges from perjury to... There's just so many different things you don't want to do in a federal lawsuit, like, period. So I started realizing pretty quickly that these people were doing this for attention.
She's talking like a detective, saying all these types of words. I don't think the feds care. Well, I tell you, I don't know that they're very impressed that Armchair Detective is here.
And today, I dropped the IP address. So basically what happened, you guys, and I'll turn on comments.
Yeah, she had comments off for that bit.
What happened was we've been holding on to an IP address for a really long time. We have known about this IP address for a very long time. We knew about it for months, and they were trying to mask all of their emails they sent to us, but they screwed up a couple times. And instead of using the VPN they were using to try to hide their IP, they actually sent it from their IP address. So
what I'm saying is, why are the feds having these discussions with her about this? And why hasn't there been anything from the feds?
Oh, we had the location, we knew the location, and we had been hanging on to the location. With
She's been keeping secrets.
Everything that's been coming out with all of these people starting to kind of like fall on top of each other, I thought it might be a good opportunity to start dropping a little bit of hints on Twitter to see if it might tease out.
Oh, she'll start laughing in a minute, Me More Dragon. She thinks it's a good old joke. It's quite disgusting and despicable, actually. Now, she's actually admitting, isn't there something called bait and trap or something? And again, as I said, if she's wrong, she's destroying lives of innocent people.
Some people of the woods, of the weeds, to see if anyone might be like, oh, I'm in that area, right? So I dropped the name of the city and the town, and suddenly that person's on Twitter. Well, I don't know if it's this person, but...
So she goes, that person's on Twitter. I don't know if it's that person. So now it's very dangerous, in my opinion, what she's doing here.
There's a person on Twitter being like, I live in this area, and people keep asking me if it's me, and I would never do that to her, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, why are you, like, posting this? Like, who are you?
Oh, entrapment. That's what I was thinking. Oh, does it only apply to law enforcement? Okay. But I think that's what she's trying to show, that she did entrapment.
You're literally no one, really. Why would you be like?
She just said that that person's no one, but she's going to talk about it now for the next 25 minutes.
Why would people be asking you if you lived there? You know, like, you're like so not relevant, really. Like, you're not really a YouTuber. I'm not trying to be cruel. It's just like, you're not really a YouTuber. You're not really like an influencer. So why would someone be worried about setting you up or thinking that you know what I mean? It just didn't make sense to me. So I was like, okay, this is weird. And then they're literally emailing everyone today, asking about it, panicking, finding out what they know, if they know anything, if anyone else lives in that area, if anyone else lives close to that place.
What do you reckon? Do you think this is dangerous, what she's doing here? I think it really is. And in my opinion, I'd be very upset if I was the FBI. I really would be. I would not be very happy if I was the FBI officer. I don't know how law enforcement work, but I am taking a good guess is that they don't often show their hands to anybody. Of course, she's keeping things going for Views, Jenna Sweet Tea. And don't forget, a lot of creators like myself don't talk about her a lot anymore. We very rarely talk about her these days. So she's got to keep herself relevant because she wants us talking about her. So I guess it's worked because I'm talking about her. Well, I feel sorry for any judge on this case because they're going to have to sit and listen to all of this. They might have to sit and listen to all of this stuff she's talking about. You reckon the FBI is no longer involved? It wouldn't surprise me. Did they drop it? She's an FBI agent now. Behaviour is not from full awareness. But you are warning people not to fall. Well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm not actually going to, and I'm not saying who's right. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I don't know who's involved with it. I'm keeping quiet until the FBI or whoever's involved has done what they need to do, and then I'll make comments. Until that time, everything is speculation. That's all I'm going to say on it. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm not going to say who's right or who's wrong. I'm not taking sides. And if that means that people are upset by that, then that's too bad because I don't see the point of it.
No, I'm not talking about Lake of the Woods. What? That's so weird. Okay, no, I'm not talking about Lake of the Woods. Anyways, they post on Twitter all this stuff. I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then I retweeted them. And I was like...
she's been on YouTube for 2 years. You see? It's impossible to even follow. I know. In fact, her and Uni are very much the same in that way. They both talk in circles. I didn't watch his stream, but I heard it was a doozy with all the allegations that he put out there. And he reckons he's best friends with Saltsy as well. And Saltsy's telling him all the secrets to the case. And I don't believe that. I can't believe that somebody as reputable as Saltsy would be speaking to Unirock about it. I'm sorry, I don't believe it.
Like, well, thanks for letting me know that you're there. Like, I didn't even know you were there. Thanks for letting me know. And then that, like, this tidal wave of even more. Like, they start messaging everyone they know, every troll that they've ever interacted. Then these people are sending me the screenshots of what they're saying to people. I'm not worried about any of these other creators. I'm talking about what happened with this. So anyways.
Yeah, this is so hard to follow. Jenna Sweet Tea, that's why I don't talk about her a lot. And I think she realizes a lot of us aren't talking about her. And she's wanting us to. And as I said, I'm talking about her tonight. Only because I'm calling out the fact that you cannot just randomly talk to people and accuse them of being... She can't just say, oh, she's the person, or she's from the area we've traced it. That's accusatory. Well, he might be doing that too. That's a good point. Plan to create.
Then they're like telling me, well, I don't even follow you. And I was like, you were in my chats when my chat was really small. Like when my channel was tiny, you know, when you had like 30 people in your chats, you legitimately remember like people that were in your chats from like when you had a really tiny channel, right? And I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember you in my chats from like a million eons ago, because I don't forget those names. You know, when you only had 30 people watching you in a video, you knew those 30 people. And she was like, well, yeah, I watched you for your Schofield stuff. Well, the Schofield stuff was the first stuff I ever put on the channel.
You know, he's acting like he's military intelligence or something, but really he's playing Call of Duty in his basement. Yeah. Look, I have a theory, but I'm not going to put it on the channel. I will wait to see. I have told a couple of people of my theory, because it is very much out there. And at the end of the day, if my theory is correct, but I'm not gonna publish it and put it all over the internet, you know, and make it crazy. But you know, there's lots of this that's not making sense. There really is. There's lots of this that's not making sense to me, and no, I like things to make sense. So it's not making any sense to me, and it's really making me uncomfortable. And I just wish people would stop going backwards and forwards and blaming each person, or, you know, saying that this person's gone and done this and it's just us. Oh yeah. I might tell you one day. I'd have no proof to back it up. It's just a hunch I've got.
So of course you've been there since the beginning. So I'm like, oh, so you do know who I am. Because she was like on another channel trying to pretend like she just found out about me, when I literally knew that she had been trolling me for a really long time. And so I was like, oh, well, that's so weird. That's so weird. And then she's like,
so she's watching her on another channel. So who's stalking who?
well, I don't really watch this and I don't watch that. And then I said, so you're saying you only watched me for the Schofield stuff and then you like dipped out? And she was like, I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I remember you in chats. And she goes, well, I think we got into a disagreement about John and Kate +8. And I'm like,
And there is a moment where Toad will tell her to stop telling them stop giving them all the to stop talking, because she's giving them away their tactics. So it's really interesting.
oh, so now you've gone from you don't know who I am at all to you watched my Schofield stuff, and now we've had a fight about John and Kate +8. And that's all it takes for some of these people to like become my biggest haters, is I disagreed with them about something in a comment. So yeah, so she was been in Super Mom Schrader, you've been around for that. Melissa, you've been around this long too, so you know like those people. And she's gone through all.
Who are those people? You know those people.
All these different names, right? So I'm like, okay, so now we got into a fight about John and Kate +8. What else do we know? Then she's trying to say that she doesn't know anything about Cheshire. That's one of Steve's people. And I go to her Twitter, and I'm like, that's funny, you're following her. And then I go looking through her tweets, and
she's looking through her tweets. Did you just hear her say that? She's looking through her tweets. She's going through somebody's tweets to find dirt on them. Is that horrible? Is that horrible? In my opinion, I think it's bad. I think it's wrong.
Literally tweeting at her. So I'm like, okay, so you don't know Cheshire. Now you're tweeting at her and you're liking her tweets. Then I go and I look that she's like liking comments about me getting death threats, and like they're laughing at me when I was getting death threats in January. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So she doesn't know me. She does know me. She's known about my channel since the beginning. Oh wait, no, we got into a fight about John and Kate +8. Oh wait, I kind of sometimes watch your stuff on the Duggars. I'm not really into Team Mom, but I sometimes would watch it. It's like they never remember, and then they do remember as soon as you point it out. And
his comment, is it a common YouTube? See, I must be really boring because I just can't be bothered trolling through comments. I just read. I can understand. Yeah, see, I don't know. I just see, she could get into if this person she's talking about is innocent. She's just admitted to stalking to her, in my opinion. And I'm saying in my opinion a lot here. Have you noticed? I know that I will get people will say to me, you don't have to say it all the time, but I am.
It's like they have selective amnesia as soon as you start asking them questions. So then, after all of this happens, she's like, well, it's Aaron that did this. And I'm like, well, why would Aaron do this to you? Like, why would Aaron set you up? And she's like, I'm Exhibit E. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, she thinks I would know who an exhibit was in my lawsuit. Do you know how many phony declarations were filed because all of these people were trying to insert themselves? Like, do you know one of ours had like 300 exhibits? So why would I remember an Exhibit E? Like,
yeah, but you should, because they were yours. Well, your exhibits.
You're not that significant, and not to mention, like, why would I care to read your exhibit? Like,
did she just see what she said? Why would I care to read your exhibit? Why? How rude! You're insignificant, and why would I care to read your exhibit? Well, does that mean that the stuff that she put in there she didn't read? She didn't read her evidence? Is that what she's admitting to? And therefore,
we filed so much stuff. So she's like, well, Aaron's, it's Aaron because she's getting all of this heat. And I was like, we've had this IP address for months, right? Like, Aaron's just now getting heat. So why would Aaron be trying to spoof an IP and like set you up? And why are you thinking you'd be set up? Are we going to find something on your computer? Like, that seems weird that you would.
That's a good point, BC. Why do you think? I mean, I know at one point there was 200 people in the chat at one point in time. She remembers usernames from 4 years ago. Yeah, there's really bizarre stuff, isn't there? Very contradictory stuff.
Automatically, that sounds like a little bit like Josh Duggar. You know how like Josh Duggar was like, I didn't put it on my computer. It's the Shady ex-con.
The Shady ex-con people. She's not going to like it if he does a plea deal. You know that, don't you?
Okay, so right. Okay, so Aaron set you up, or they're trying to spoof your IP. That sounds like Creepshow art. Did you just watch Creepshow art and you're like, oh, it's a spoofing IP thing? So then I'm like, well, maybe you just got manipulated. Maybe that's why you did this. Because then she kept saying, well, I didn't do it. And I said, I never said you did it. Like, why are you acting like I accused you publicly?
Hello? Hello. I see you, Lee. Hasn't she just been accusing her publicly, just like now? And she has actually put this whole conversation on Twitter, by the way. I think the creep show thing's when it's really ramped up. But yeah, it's just gotten worse.
Because I hadn't at this point. I still don't know if she did it. Yeah, she's totally messing with maybe. Yeah. So now they think that someone spoofed their IP in the exact location that they happen to be living in, and they're freaking out because there's only like 10,000 people that live there. And what are the chances that someone that would be this dedicated to my life live in that town?
She's making the implication. That that person's responsible. This is her joyful, condescending voice. We should record and use a well, that actually could be quite funny.
I mean, she has a point, but at the same time, why would we have an IP address for months, and then now that Erin's getting heat, she suddenly gives us the IP address? That's not how it works. We didn't get the IP address from Erin. Not to mention, like, an IP showing up multiple times over several different weeks. That's not really how it works either. You just forgot to cover your VPN. Maybe it's you, but someone in your town forgot to cover their IPN for like.
So now she's saying maybe it's you. So what she's saying, is it her? She's saying it's her, or she's saying it's not her? And then what's her point? And where's the proof that who she's saying? Now, fortunately, she's not naming the person, but she will name the person towards the end. I hate to tell you, and it's pretty horrifying.
Like 4 times. Yeah, my small rural town stalker spoofed my IP. So anyways, and then that's what they do. They show up in my chat to try to gaslight me. So remember when you did this to this person? It doesn't work anymore. This cult is so predictable.
And now it's a cult. People, we're a cult.
So then I was like, well, maybe you got manipulated. Maybe that's why. Because I said, she's like, well, I have to call the FBI. So anyways, then she's like, well, I have to call the FBI. And I'm like, why would you call the FBI? If you're not involved, why would you call the FBI?
Because some idiot is accusing me of something. I want to talk to the FBI so I can tell them what I know so that I am in the clear. That's why I've got to call the FBI. Yes, she does. She names the person at the end.
And I said, furthermore, if you're not involved, who cares? Like, literally, if...
But KJ is spouting her name around. What? Of course she's going to care.
If you aren't involved, why would you care? If you know you're innocent, let it go. Like, who cares? If you know you didn't do anything, there's really no need to go and message multiple people with their on other channels and telling them, Katie said the name of the city and that's where I live and I'm freaking out. Why would you freak out if you live in the city where this is coming from and you did nothing?
Because someone. I'm really trying to. I want to actually call it another name here, but I'm resisting. Because I would be ringing the FBI too if I had that accusation hanging over my head. Just saying.
There's no need to panic if you didn't do anything. Like, none. Right? Like, they did set me up, so I got scared for a minute, but we knew that we would get through it with my lawsuit. So, but why would you be super freaked out if you didn't do anything? And I kept trying to tell them that, like, there's literally no reason for you to be stressed out if you didn't do anything. Like, who cares? Well, and then she kept, when I wouldn't take the bait about Aaron, then she was like, well, what about Kim Mullins? There's a lot of Mullins where I live. Like, we have so many Mullins here. And I was like, okay. And then I would ask her a question, but what about Kim? Like, she would try to change the subject. And I'm like, first of all,
that's right. She'll show you the text message. Also, the fact she mentioned doxing your address, you would want protection. Or yes, that's right.
I don't think Kim Mullins is actually a real person. I'm almost convinced that these people have created a person named Kim Mullins, and it's like a pseudonym. You know how when, like, you don't want to be found out, and so you just, like, use a fake name? I'm convinced that Kim Mullins might actually be a fake person that this person might be using to cover her tracks to blame Kim Mullins.
Now, she also has just said she's now implying that this person is using another name. The accusations are flying here.
Right? So I'm like, why do you keep bringing up Kim Mullins? Like, first of all, I don't know that there's someone named Kim Mullins in that town that has this IP address. So then they start trying to look for Kim Mullins that might happen to be the Kim Mullins that's doing all of these things in their town.
Because they think they're trying to help her, but what's happening is she's just making a mockery of her. And all these people that are now trying to help her don't realize that this will be them one day. She will just look at the look on her face. She will just hang them out to dry too. You're in timeout, Jenna? Okay.
So she's like, well, there's a lot of Mullins here. Maybe there's a Kim Mullins there. And I'm like, yeah, the exact Kim Mullins that runs all of these.
Yes, EC. She's placing her at harm. I understand a lot of people did report this because they felt that it was putting somebody's life at risk.
Accounts that also coincide kind of to you. Maybe you are all of these accounts. Maybe you are the one that's running the Katie is a liar and the lemon squeezy and all of these troll accounts. Maybe it's you that's Kim Mullins, and Kim Mullins isn't real. You know?
How can she laugh about it? Can someone tell me how she can sit there and laugh about it? Because I can't laugh about it. Because I don't think it's very funny, to be honest with you. I really don't think it's funny, if I was at all honest about it.
So when I wouldn't stick with the Kim Mullins story, I know this is a good story, right? So then when I wouldn't stick with the Kim story and I wouldn't bait that, she was trying to bait me. Like, oh, it's Aaron did it. Oh, it's Kim Mullins. Like, why are you so trying to pin this on someone else so I don't look at you when I wasn't even looking at you? And the funny thing is, before this morning, I didn't know who this person really was other than she has been trying to butter. So here's the other funny thing she was doing. A lot of these trolls, when they've done something really nasty, when they're about to get exposed, they come and they suck your butt. Like, they start kissing your ass and they try to be your best friend and gain your trust.
So now is she saying Now is she saying that she is guilty or she's not guilty? Because I can't keep up. One minute she's saying it is her, the next minute she's saying it's not her, then she's saying it is her. I'm confused.
And they try to like be like, I'm on your side, and then they start making videos to support you and show how much they love you. And you're like, you're so phony. Like, you literally just trying to, like, you were leading the charge to like take me down last week, and now we're best friends. So they like, and I don't turn these people away, especially right now if they're going to give me information. So I let them talk, and then I give them information that really doesn't matter to me, because I know anything I tell them will get out. So I just play along, and if they're going to give me new info, why would I decline info if it means I can find the people that are doing this, right?
But why is she doing it and not the FBI? That's my question.
Well, they know the strategy because they're doing the strategy.
Yeah. Toad just said, stop. They'll know the strategy. You'll hear him in the background.
To like take me down last week, and now we're best friends. So they like, and I don't turn these people away, especially right now if they're going to give me information. So I let them talk, and then I give them information that really doesn't matter to me, because I know anything I tell them will get out. So I just play along, and if they're going to give me new info, why would I decline info if it means I can find the people that are doing this, right? Well, they know the strategy because they're doing the strategy.
So Todd just said they know the strategy, and of course, oops.
Like, they're so dumb to think that like I wouldn't like somehow, yeah, you were totally hating me for 3 years, and now suddenly you're my best friend. Like, if you're really that dense to think I'm suddenly going to trust you, you're naive. And they think that I'm naive and stupid. But anyways, it's not even a strategy. Like, it's common sense with these people. If someone's really hating on you one day and then suddenly being your best friend, you probably shouldn't trust them. But I'm not going to like not take information from them if they can tell me who's doing things.
Why are they talking to her and not the FBI? Why wouldn't she say, please talk to the FBI? Why isn't she doing that? Good night, John.
Right? So anyways, and I have been friends with Jesse for 2 years, and I don't talk about Jesse all that often. And Charlotte's getting doxxed now, which sucks. I'm sorry to hear about what's happening with Charlotte. They will dox anyone and all people. So anyways, oh, thank you, Feline.
Oh, yeah, people are giving us stickers. Everyone's buying her super stickers now too, by the way.
So anyways, they're all getting doxxed now. They're all getting harassed. I don't have anything negative to say to Charlotte. Like, honestly, Charlotte doesn't deserve any of this. But at the same time, like, when you're laying down with dogs, like, people get fleas. So when you're associating with people that are doing bad things, and it was fine when they were doing bad things as long as you weren't their target, you can't be mad when it happens to you. Like, don't be co-signing bad behavior to other people and then get upset if it happens to you. Like, I would never co-sign the kind of behavior that these people are doing.
No, I don't know how YouTube can justify it. Oh, she got lots of super stickers. Lots of super stickers. I actually had recorded it, but my recording wouldn't go onto my computer, which I was a bit upset about because I was really wanting to show you all the comments what was going on. Hello, Karen. I know. I know. I know just what she said.
they're botting people's Twitters. They're totally watching people's lives. So then...
Did she say they're totally watching people's lives? Well, she needs people to watch her lives, doesn't she? She needs people to watch her. No, sorry, they're badges. Sorry, badges. Yeah, you buy badges in there.
Then they're like digging in on Ancestry and trying to figure out people's lives, to figure out life. Like,
hello. Who was it that said that they got all the information on the West Books by Ancestry? I don't even know how Ancestry works.
Stuff. They like trying to be like the internet detectives, I guess. So, yeah, well, T-Spiracy was coming at me hard. She has a reputation, you guys, to uphold, and she's got this, like, tough girl attitude, so I understand that. And I wasn't going to her channel to be rude or start shit. I was honestly just trying to share information, because some people do seem to want to understand what's happening, and I'm not trying to start fights with people. So, and I will definitely own...
There's 2 lives, Sandy. I got disconnected from my first, so you'll find the first half has a different title. This is the second half of the live.
When I've done stuff. But the weirdest thing, you guys, when I was looking through stuff, I just want to share you a couple things.
Now she's going to show you the person's, you'll find out who the person is now.
So I get this message today from someone, and they're like telling me that, and okay, hold up. They have a whole Discord dedicated to me, but I can't show it to you because I didn't crop it correctly. So she has a whole Discord, and I shared it on my Twitter. But on her Discord, she has things that are like my Twitter. She has a chat about me. She has a super private secret group on there where it's like only screenshots, no discussion, without a crystal balls, circle of trust, chat level 2, chat level 1, private show us the receipts, and then my Twitter, other tweets of hers, she's botting my chats, and another circle of trust. Actually, I'll just show it to you. So
now, have a look at this. People she's been talking to. Tipster. Charlotte. I don't know who that is. Is that Julie Virgo? But that's definitely Tipster. No, that's not the Reddit Discord there. But have a look at those. Look at those there. They're the people she's been talking to.
Look over here. These are just people that they're talking to. I don't care who they are, but like she's got all this stuff in there. Don't like that person's just talking to those people. Those people are not, those people like in the bubbles, they're not involved in this. Those are outside of the screenshot of the server. So anyways, but not only are they botting mine chats and then botting my Twitter, my chats on YouTube and everything, like she's got a circle of trust, you guys. Yeah, and she's got super private chats about me. But then she's like in my DMs acting like super suspect, like, what are you talking about, Katie? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I didn't do anything. Like, and then I find out she's got this whole Discord. Yeah, without a crystal ball, circle of trust. Like, what does that even mean? Circle of trust. And, like, on her Twitter, she's, like, liking comments like this where they're laughing about, like, harassment I'm receiving. Like,
So she's showing now. She's showing people's Twitters
and
now.
death threats I'm getting, where I was asking people to like chill out on the stories about me because I started getting death threats. Like, I thought that if I was just like trying to be nice to creators and said like, could you please just chill out? I'm getting a lot of death threats. People would like maybe see that as an opportunity to like be kind, but she just thought it was funny. And then
No, she's so excited, Karen. Yeah.
the really weird thing was she was trying to pretend like, again, I told you that she was pretending like she didn't know Cheshire. But then I found like her tweeting at her.
Then I found that she was tweeting at her. You can only do that if you're doing some severe digging, can't you? I would